Hey guys, welcome to my very first video on my channel Culture Therapy. I am Esra Chadad and yeah, here I am. This is my very first take on YouTube. I have no idea what I'm doing and I actually just totally moved the tripod right now. So please bear with me. I'm filming this with my phone. I really don't know how this is gonna go, and also this is totally unscripted. But what I really wanted to do with you guys for this very first video is to introduce myself and let you guys know how I would like to do things like on this channel, like what my goal is, what I want to do with it. And yeah, also hopefully get to know you guys a little better. Maybe if you guys share your ideas in the comment section, I would be very grateful for that. So yeah, let's get started. So I'm Esra Chadad, a psychologist. I have studied my bachelor's in Cairo in Egypt, and then I went to Switzerland to do my master's in Switzerland, and now I currently live in the Netherlands, and I'm hoping to be able to practice here. But in the meantime, I'm doing these videos at least to be able to share my knowledge and to foster like a community of like-minded individuals who are interested in culture and in psychology as well. So while I got my whole job thing going, this is something that I was really interested in doing, just to be able to share my knowledge and my ideas with an online community. So one core thing that I usually talk about when I'm introducing myself to other people is my multiculturalism. So what is this? Like, how is it that I'm multicultural? So you guys have probably guessed from my name that I'm not American. I'm actually Egyptian, and I have been born and raised in a lot of countries. So I was not born in Egypt. I was actually born in Paris, and then my family moved around all the way until I was basically 17. I have moved personally a total of 15 times in my life, and I haven't even gotten to 30 yet. Like, I'm still in my 20s and I moved a lot, like really a lot. That is because my dad used to work in international organizations, and as someone who works in international organizations, you kind of are sent in a lot of different countries and your family tags along. So I got the opportunity to be raised in many different countries and grow up in all these countries until I reached 17, and we moved back to my homeland, Egypt. So very briefly, here's how things went down. I was born in Paris, and then we lived in Djibouti for 2 years. We lived then in the States and for 4 years, and then we moved to Geneva for 5 years and 1 year in Rome. And that was around the time when, you know, we had gotten to Rome. My parents were like, okay, that's enough like world travel. We really want to just settle down somewhere and really like get back to our roots. And also it was really about time. Like I was 17, my sister was like 16, and we were growing up, and my parents were like, it's enough having the girls like grow up outside of their home country. You know, they kind of like raised us to really hold on to our Egyptianness and to embody this Egyptian culture, this home culture of ours, no matter where we went. My mom put a ton of effort teaching us Arabic, so at least we could speak a little bit like when we went back to Egypt. And really, like, my parents did such an amazing job at that. When we went back to Egypt and spent 9 years there, we really weren't completely clueless, you know? So that was really thanks to them and the effort that they put. But yeah, but by the time my sister and I had gone to Egypt after having basically been raised abroad, Egypt didn't feel like home anymore. I had such a culture shock, and basically like maybe it's a personality clash as well. Like I just didn't fit really well with how things happen in Egypt, with the Egyptian culture. Like the things my parents taught me are things that like I really like about the culture, and I still hold on to a lot of things that are Egyptian, you know, are part of my home culture, even here, like where I moved to the Netherlands. But there's a reason I moved to the Netherlands. There's a reason, like, I went and did my studies in Switzerland. Like, I was completely incompatible with a lot of things that were happening in Egypt, and the way people like live and stuff, like with the culture itself, that I felt I really couldn't like stay there any longer. And as soon as I got a chance to leave, I left. So this is basically how things went down. Like, I went to Switzerland to finish my master's there, and then by which time, like, I had met my husband and stuff, and we got married, and he lives in the Netherlands. So I decided, hey, after my master's, I'll just go and join him in the Netherlands. And this is exactly what happened. So the reason I'm telling you all of this is to really like help you guys understand how it is that I'm multicultural. I'm like a lot of people, a lot of kids that have been raised abroad because their parents went to study abroad or went to work abroad. And there's a term for all of us kids who have this experience collectively. This term is third culture kid. So what does that mean? Basically, you come from a home country. Let's say for my case, it was Egypt. And then you arrive in a host country. Let's pick one of my countries, which is, for example, the United States. So this country's hosting us. These two countries have different cultures, and here I am right in the middle. I want to hold on to things that are important to me in my Egyptian culture because I'm Egyptian. But then I move to this country where I have to like adapt to its culture. So how do I cope with this? Well, I built a third culture. A culture basically that picks and chooses from the two cultures that are my home and my host country's cultures, and made a mix of it and turned a completely like new culture that's like in between those two. And that's why a lot of kids do that. A lot of people having grown up done that. They try to reconcile the two cultures and really get them together. And that's one of the reasons why nowhere really does feel 100% like home. No matter which country I'm going to go to from now until like the end of my life, if I do move again, I'm never going to feel 100% like this is my home, because we have learned to like pick and choose the different aspects of every culture to stimulate into our identities. And as someone who's multicultural, it has really affected my practice, and it has really affected how I view psychology and how I talk to clients and how I deal with them and even deal with their problems. So that's something I also want to touch on in this channel. So I let you guys know like what the multicultural aspect is and what my interest in culture is. And the psychology is a big part because it's my passion and my profession. And I realized that my identity, I put so much of it in how I work. It really does affect how I work and how I think about the issues and stuff people come to me with. So that when I do administer treatment and therapy, I do things a little bit differently. And I see a lot of videos on YouTube of people, expats, that are like, oh, I just moved to the Netherlands, I'm American, and now let me make a video of what it's like to be American in the Netherlands, for example. And other people who are professionals, or like doctors and stuff, or like what it's like to practice this profession, like psychologists who talk a lot about psychology and things. But I really want to bridge the gap that's in between. What's it like to be a psychologist and to have moved so much? What's it like when I see clients from different cultures, different countries? How do I actually deal with this and in my profession? So maybe my videos will interest the professionals out there, as well as it will interest other people who are just interested in how culture can affect psychology. I have a lot of interesting topics for you guys that I want to make videos on and share with you guys. So this is what I'm hoping to do, use YouTube as a platform to share this idea with you and to share all of my experiences and professional or personal, and basically to make the link between people, how they behave, how they think, and how culture basically affects all of that. Another thing, a very important thing that I hope to be able to do with this channel, if it does grow and if it does pick up, is to foster a community of open-minded, multicultural individuals. I really want people to feel like this globalized world and what this world is becoming can be a home for them. I've never really felt like any specific country was my home, but I know that of all the people that I've met, the people that I feel at home with the most are the people that are so open-minded to someone who's multicultural. They're not going to judge based on a specific country you come from or a specific language that you speak or a specific experience that you've had. They're very open-minded to how varied the human experience is and how different we all are. And this is something that I absolutely love about today's world because of how globalized we are. It's so easy over the internet to just be speaking to someone in the US and someone in Indonesia at the same exact time. It's just absolutely amazing what we've been able to accomplish as a humanity. So I really do want to foster a community like this of everyone being accepting of people's differences and being open-minded and being basically accepting of multiculturalism. And hopefully you will also find your home here on this channel. So I hope to be able to provide you guys with some awesome material. I will be posting another video right after this one with actual like tricks and things, like actual material for you guys. Like this was just an introduction video. But I will be posting another video with some actual like substance and material you guys can actually use, and hopefully that will help you. Let me know what you guys really think. Dislike button or like button, press the one that you feel is the most appropriate to your own reaction. Also subscribe if you guys do want to keep up with the material that I'm doing, if you guys do like it and you think it's a topic that interests you. And finally, I do have a Facebook page and a website that you guys could check out. I will link them in the description box, and you guys could, yeah, just read the blog on my website or interact with me on Facebook. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know it's not the best quality, but it's about as much as I can do right now just to see if it's going to pick up or not. And yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I do hope to see you in the next video. Bye!